I texted him and texted her back, so I just let him. We are live, y'all. What's up on this good Sunday? We got Mr. Rob Ruga in the building, y'all.
Ruga.
Ravishing.
Ruga.
In the building, ravishing.
Tap in.
What's up, y'all?
What's the word, King?
Hey, man, staying out the way. Everybody, when people ask me, what's up, man, how you been? Staying out the way.
It's the only way to be,
Staying
man.
out the way.
Staying focused.
Touring.
Hey.
What we been up to, Rob?
Just look, enjoying life. You get to a point in your life where you enjoying life. Like, man, I'm going to all of these events and doing all these things, man, and I'm taking it in, and people are paying for my craft, and I just be enjoying it. You know what I'm saying?
What the fee look like to get you to come shoot some footage, some video footage?
Negotiable.
Oh, okay. Y'all heard he said negotiable.
That's the biggest thing. Like when you put a set price out there, you gonna get some people. You gonna lose some people. But if you work with people budget and work with people, you know what I'm saying? There's been times I done did stuff for free. The woke brand. Let's talk about the woke brand. She's like, Rob, I'll give you 2 front row tickets to the show. I'm like, cool, I'll pull up. Only because I really like what she got going on. Okay. So sometimes it's
very talented.
Yeah,
very
sometimes it costs, sometimes it don't. You know, it's just how I'm feeling and how you rock with me.
There you go.
Because if you hating on me, you finna get triple. I'm finna triple the pay. Because I hear everything and I see everything.
Oh, do you?
You know what I'm saying? See everything. Everything. And so, but if you rock with me and you showing love to me, I'm going to show love back.
Okay.
That's how it works.
Did she have the Jeeps out?
Oh, she killed it. She shut the whole riverfront down.
Yep.
Then she brought the goat out. She brought a goat. And even in my post, I told her, I'm like, from one goat to another.
Find a goat.
You brought a
Grant's
goat out.
She probably rented it from Grant's Farm.
Brought a goat out and walked down the riverfront with a goat. And of course, there's other camera people there, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like Anthony Edwards. Like I'm a competitor. So I don't give a damn if it's a can I curse?
Yeah, you can curse.
I don't give a damn if it's a grandma with a Polaroid camera. She got to see me.
Ooh, okay.
So I'm seeing all these other camera guys there. You know, these guys I rock with, I'm cool with, and this and the third. But when you step across that line, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's basketball, photography, whatever, you step across that line, you got to see me. So I you know what I'm saying? Like I'm watching them move, and I'm like, okay. So I did my thing, and when I put my video together, it was different because I always want to be different. You know what I'm saying? So I even had her, like, I put goat sound effects in my stuff when she was walking down. Like, you're just doing stuff differently. Yeah. But that's just me, man.
You got to see it. Like you got to pull it up on this. You got to pull it up on this page. Because when I'm like, you got the clearest. When I say clear.
Thank you.
The best.
Thank you.
Up close. And when I say it look like you right. It look like you there with the crowd and you.
On your Facebook.
Yeah, it's on his Facebook.
Wait a minute.
Thank you.
He on YouTube, Instagram.
Okay, I'm on Instagram. That's why I was finna ask.
Or
is it
OB,
on there?
Yep. Or ob.ruge.
I'd rather go there.
When I saw it last night, I'm like, oh, okay. Everything is clear. But, I've been following you for a little minute.
And that's because like, when I go to choose my equipment, I choose what works for me. You know what I'm saying? There's guys running around here with the biggest cameras in the world. And I just choose what works for me. Because
make sure y'all hit them bells, man.
When you do that, when you choose what works for you, it makes you better.
That's it.
I don't know if y'all can or can't, like, whichever
on his broke ass phone.
Hey, man, first off, my phone isn't broke. My screen protector is. I can give a damn about that. You hear me? My phone is A1. You hear me? So I don't know if y'all can see that. It don't even matter which way. Don't even matter. I'm showing in both cameras.
Just follow him. Just to
Or
subscribe.
ob.org.
All right. I see you.
Tell the people that you just got in this morning.
Yeah, so
Dang.
I've been I've been on tour for like 21 months straight. I watch music artists go on tour, even actors with the Power and all these other shows. They go on little tours and stuff like that. So I'm like, I ain't never really seen no content creator go on a tour. And with me traveling so much, I'm like, you know what? What better marketing tool, what a better branding tool is just to show the people what I'm doing, where I'm going to be at. Because if I'm in a city, they might want me to pull up and because I'll be having free time when I go to these cities. Like, I go to these cities, do my event, and go back to my room and chill out because like you do so much that you got to have that time where you resting too. But in some of that, chill out time, I'll be able to pull up. So I made sure that I put together a flyer showing, hey, I'm gonna be in this city, this city, this city. And the one thing I've learned is you are what you say you are. And people are going to gravitate to what you. If you tell them you are a plumber, then and when they need plumbing, they gonna holler at you.
Right.
So if I'm and it's a new word. The content creator thing is a new word. Like, and you gotta stay up to date. But just traveling and filming and creating content for these major brands and these companies, I'm out there on the East Coast with Coach Loggins, one of the dopest motivators in the world. Like, I promise you, I was dope before I met him. And meeting him and being around him and being around his motivation, it just gave me a better sense of closing. Like, he's huge on sales. He's huge on motivating you to get sales. So I used what I learned from him to close more deals. So we have the All the Way Up podcast, which he given the game that he gave to me. Like, people be like, man, why you sold this and how you do this and this and that? Like, I listen. As much as I talk, as I listen the exact same, if not more. I listen because you want to learn stuff. And if I don't know something, I'm listening. They always tell you want to be in rooms where you ain't the smartest one in the room, but you want to be close. Right. Because you also want people to listen to you and respect what you got going on. But I be in rooms where, and I just be there just soaking it up. You know what I'm saying? And taking it back to me and showing and applying it to what I do. There you go. So listening to him, I can close deals way stronger. And I was closing before, but not at the level I'm closing now based off of what I've learned from him. And that's what you got to do in this day and age. And you just meet different people in your path of life that'll help you get to the next goal in life. And that's why I'm at. Like thanks to him and 100, thanks to him, like I'm like semi-retired because I'm doing what I love to do. There you go. And I make 6 figures working 8 days out the month. And that's thanks to him. Because what he opened up for me gave me 22 more days to find other stuff. And I'll be taking on stuff because I'm bored. But I literally only have to work with him and work for him, and I'm good.
And that's at what is that?
He got 3 dealerships, a Genesis, a Hyundai, and a Honda. I love going out there. I love creating. He's originally from Chicago, but he was here in St. Louis. He had 9 dealerships here, and that's when he first saw me during the pandemic. Crazy story. During the pandemic, I was always big on always big on having a dope 9 to 5 and your side hustle. Well, the camera was my side hustle. So you'll see me at the marquee. You'll see me at all of these events and these, that was my side hustle. And but I always had a 9 to 5. I worked at the post office. I worked at Metro. So I always had nice 9 to 5s, but it gave me a chance to build on that hustle, which is the camera. And and looking back on it, it wasn't nothing but God. Because as you grow, you start seeing your life develop. And so when my life developed, I'm like, okay, I'm at the post office. I'm making a nice amount of money. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really care about the camera. Didn't have to do the camera if I didn't want to. But God was like making me love it even more and more. And then he took the post office away from me. And I was devastated, not knowing that this was God plan. He wanted me, because he knew the money I was making at the post office, I wasn't going to concentrate on the camera. I was just going to do it for fun and just to be able to get in front, just to be able to get on social media and talk my shit. Right. Like, that's what I was doing it for. And I ended up going to Metro. My pay got cut in half. So now I got to really activate with the camera to get back to that money. And it was humbling. Right. Because here I am, I got hired at the post office. I was 22 years old. I'm a 22-year-old kid making this much money. You know what I'm saying? Arrogant as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe, and not to think that I'm better than nobody, arrogant, but to think that, hey, I'm a competitor and I'm gonna compete with anybody. And going to Metro humbled me. I lost half my pay. Yeah, I was ashamed. I took to the point where I took the shift where wouldn't nobody see me. I'm doing that old 4 a.m. You know what I'm saying? To where nobody see me. Because I was ashamed.
Ashamed of what?
Just losing, because it's 2 different pays from the post office to Metro. So going from the post office to Metro, I was ashamed because I felt like I lost something that defined me. Not knowing that it didn't at all. It didn't at all. And so I went to Metro, pay got cut in half. So now I got to push this camera even harder. And that's what I did. I'm talking about got on it. And I call it my Jeezy formula. So I move content like it's dope. Like it's only one thing in the world that's stronger than heroin, and that's attention. And that's from everybody. That's from a 1-year-old baby for their 1-year-old baby party to a 60-year-old anniversary. Them are your clients. Them your dope fiends. Because everybody now is addicted to attention. So that's how I start moving. I start selling it just like that whole I call it the Jeezy formula. I'll give it to you, get you hooked, and now you hooked on that Ruger vision. So when you come back, even if you go somewhere else, it ain't hitting as hard as that Ruger vision. Now it look like you done fell off. So now you got to come back to Ruger vision, and that's when you got to pay. So that's how I've been moving. And I moved to Metro, and next thing you know, I'm doing my thing, you know what I'm saying, at Metro, trying to, maintain, and it did a very good job, because again, it made me step my game up. Then God took Metro away from me. When he did that, I'm like, okay. And it was during the pandemic. So as soon as the pandemic, like, I never forget, I got terminated on March 3rd. On March 4th, I was licking my wounds. I talked to my mom. My mom was like, why don't you because again, still making money off the camera. Okay. But my mom was like, why don't you get hired at Amazon? I'm like, Mom, I don't really want to work at Amazon. I want to find something in my field. But I don't have a degree in videography. This is all hustle, learning, YouTube, everything. And so licking my wounds on the 4th, the 5th, I'm like, let me just try to find something in my field. And I'm looking and I'm seeing all these jobs, and you need degrees. Then I seen one, it was for a car dealership. And they was giving benefits, weekends off. You just take pictures of the cars. I'm like, shoot, that's cool. That's in my field. You know what I'm saying? Let me jump on top of that. The pay was similar to Metro, so it wasn't really a fall off. Right. And so I went there, and not knowing that I was gonna meet the man who was gonna take my whole life to another level. You know what I'm saying? Now you gotta have when them doors are open for you. Yeah. You gotta be, like I tell people all the time, relationships are gonna open them doors for you. Your skill set is what's gonna keep you in the building. because you just can't be in the building not doing nothing.
Right.
You got to have some skill set. And Coach Loggins opened up that door. I met him. I'll never forget. I had an interview. I put in for I actually put in for the job, and I went back the next day. It was gone. I'm like, damn, they had took it down. And so on the 9th, I ended up getting a call, scheduled for an interview. Had my interview on the 11th. Now, you know, the world shut down on the 14th, on 314 day 2020. That's when the whole world shut down. So I had my interview on the 11th. I walk in. I said, first of all, when I got there, because I keep my jobs for a long time. I don't be jumping job to job. So I get in there. First of all, before I walked in, I said a prayer. I was like, God, if this for me, let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Because my relationship with God is probably totally different than everybody else. Like, I don't get a chance to go to church every Sunday because I be moving so much, but I talk to him every day. You know what I'm saying? I know that I'm one of his favorites because of the way he got me moving. And I said a prayer before I walked in there, went in there. Now, my interview was at 9:20 actually. I'll never forget, 9:20. I'm sitting in there, it's 10:40. I don't even know if I could play on my phone, touch on my phone. You know what I'm saying? I don't be in the interviews, you don't know. You know if they running a test trying to see. And so I get in there, I walk in there, it's him and 2 other people. And I look and I'm like, okay. And I sit down and in my mind, I'm thinking in my head, because there was other people interviewing for that same job. Yeah. And I wanted it. And I said, they can compete with Robert, but can't nobody in this motherfucking building fuck with Rob Ruger. So I'm like, get him Rob Ruger. And I sat down and I probably did the one thing you ain't never supposed to do on the interview. I showed him my Instagram. And when I showed him my Instagram, he looked at my profile picture and he linked over to the HR lady. He's like, look, he looked like Ricky Rose. And I just fell out laughing. He fell out laughing. But that's him. That's his personality. He is hilarious. And right then, I'm like, okay, let me give him Rob Ruger. And that's what I did. And we had a great interview, like to the point where we was just talking. I'm showing them stuff. And mind you, this is for photography. And so I'm showing them BET pictures that I took, showing them, I had just paid the Super Coupe off. So I went up to Jaguar. They had just came out with an electric Jaguar. So I went and filmed it. And filmed it and created a commercial because I just wanted some content to talk shit on social media with, not knowing I'm about to use this to secure the rest of my life. And so I'm like, I end up showing him the video. He seen the video. He like, you shot this? I'm like, yeah. He like, you edited this? I'm like, yeah. He said, I'm a hired photographer. I'm gonna create a position for you.
So it was not even a position.
I was supposed to be. I applied for the photography. He saw my video and was like, I'm finna create a position for you. And he made one for me. And it's been up ever since. And it was crazy, like, again, it was the pandemic. So the owners of the dealership told him, hey, we need you to lay off 50 people because of the pandemic. And I'll never forget, I knew when he was fighting for me because it was like I was supposed to start on the 1st of April Fool's Day, right? And I hit him, was like, hey, making sure I'm still starting. And then he said, send me that video again. I sent him the video again. That's when I know he sent it to his owners and went to bat for me because they had just told me he needs to terminate 50. How he gonna hire another one? So he was like, he went to him, he fought for me. He's like, hey, I need this guy. Everybody finna be at home on their phones. I need this guy. But that's him. Dude, you always want to be around people who think forward. Nice. You know what I'm saying? Who can see the field. You know, I call it the Devin Hester. Devin Hester was good at what he did because he saw the field. You know what I'm saying? And when you see the field, it's crazy. And so he was like, I need this guy. You know, everybody gonna be at home on their phones. He's like, they said, well, you better lay off 51 then. And he laid off 51 just to bring me in. And it was crazy. And I'm talking about we hit record sales with the company. Like when everybody getting hit hard during the pandemic, we selling cars because I'm creating content. I'm doing what I love to do, so I'm showing off. One of his favorite commercials was this Chrysler Dodge T-Rex commercial that I did, where I took dude from Jurassic Park when he was sitting in front of the council talking about how these dinosaurs are about to take over the world. I took that and chopped it in with the T-Rex, Dodge Ram T-Rex. It was crazy. That's one of his favorite commercials.
Tap in.
But that's what I was on. I was so happy to do what I love to do for a full-time living that I was on. My creativeness was kicking. And so after a couple of years in St. Louis, he decided.
Wait a minute. They allowed you to shoot that during work hours or after work hours?
I was shooting all. Here's the thing. This why dude love me, because he can call me at any time. He can call me right now and text me right now. It's Sunday. People take their days off. I don't. Like, when you're a successful business person, there ain't no days off.
Right.
If the person who is creating a revenue for me call me on a Sunday and say, hey, can you take care of this? I'm taking care of it. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because that's how you become successful. So when he decided to go and do something different in a whole different city, I was the only one he took with him. And he had over like 500 employees, but I was the only one he took with him. And we've been rocking ever since.
So you like tied in.
But that's how you be successful. You tie in with everybody. You don't just tie in with one person. You tie in with everybody, because when you got a good aura, a good vibe, and know how to watch people back, because that's the one thing people don't do no more. They don't watch each other backs no more.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the one thing that I take pride on. Like, if you bring me in, I'm gonna make sure your mic ain't hot. I'm watching other people, making sure, because I want you to look like at all times. At all times. Especially on my watch. If I'm there, I'm watching your back. I'm making sure, hey, watch them. They trying to record you, you know, because we all have slip. That's why you see all these slip-ups on social media where people done said some stuff that they not on my watch. I'm going to make sure everything is tight. Now, you know, we could talk freely once these mics is off and once we in other areas, but I'm always watching my clients back. I'm always watching my people's back, and that's how I live, because that's how I was taught by my mama, is to take care of the people who take care of you.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
How was the project the project with the Isleys?
Man, so I get a chance to talk about my spiritual mentor. So it's a gentleman by the name of Ricky Whittington. He is one of the most powerful guys in St. Louis as far as handling business. He works for Plaza Benz. And I'm talking about selling Benzes all across the world. Like, he is one, like, he can't do no wrong over there, because the corporate owner of Benzes loves him. But he's also very spiritual, to the point where he'll text me at 4 a.m, some praying hands. And he like, Rob, I'm just praying over you and praying for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just real. When you got people who you do business with and who you be around so much, and they pray for you. And so he actually took me to Ron Isley and Candy Isley house and introduced me to him and said, I know y'all need content. I know y'all need somebody who's going to do what you need going, because they got the liquor going. They, Ron about to go back on tour, and he just hand delivered me to them and vouched for me and say, this your guy. And of course, they did their own homework on me, because it don't matter if people hand you off to somebody, and you still gotta show them that you can do what they need. And he introduced me to them, and it's been up. I filmed Ron's birthday party. He had a birthday party here in St. Louis. They called me and was like, hey, Rob, want you to come in. And I killed that video. I did a great job on that video. Humbly, I did a great job on that video. And when you do a great job, it leads to other jobs. And so, especially once they start being around you. So they end up flying me to New York. because they had the taste of black spirits, which is all the black alcohol. Because man, and it's so many. It is so many black alcohol brands. It's crazy. And so they flew me out there because the brandy and the vodka was gonna be featured and Ron was gonna come through. So I went out there, filmed for them, gave them some great content, gave them a great price, and next thing you know, we just started having conversations, and now they reach out to me, hey Rob, you gonna be here? Where you gonna be? You know, we need you here. So they needed me in Philly. And I didn't like Coach come before all of them. And there's no disrespect to nobody, but he sets my schedule. So when I go out there, that's them 8 days that I'm blocked off for him, that's him. That ain't nobody else, that's him.
So no amount of money can make you get you to.
No, because I'm big on loyalty and I'm big on, you know what I'm saying, rock with who, rock with you. I'm not going to use what I'm doing for him to go be like, okay, I'm finna go mess with somebody else. I don't need you no more. Like, I ain't never that. And to be honest with you, that's that St. Louis mentality. People be trying to leapfrog all the fucking time. And that's corny to me. Like, I ain't no leapfrog. So, and don't get me wrong, it hurts me too because I have to wait on him to put that block together. And once he put that block together, then I know what I can do around it. But he gets his number one opportunity to put that block together for me because we've been rocking for like 5 years. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And so, and I'm very loyal. And so I didn't know if I would be able to make it to Philly for them because I didn't know when he was going to book me. He just so happened to book me in Jersey the time I needed to be in Philly. So I went to Boston first. Was in Boston a couple of days. We did what we had to do in Boston. Then we went to Jersey. Did what we had to do in Jersey. I was like, hey, I need to go holler at the Isleys. You know what I'm saying? They in Philly. He like, cool. Take the car. Go on out there. So when the Isleys and them hit me, they like, do we need to get you a rental car? Do we need to get you a hotel? I'm like, no, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm already here. I'm just gonna take the time to drive out there. It took me an hour and a half to drive out there. Drove out there, got them some stuff, took care of them. But Coach allowed me to. You know what I'm saying? But that's who he is. So it goes back and forth. So I was able to show some loyalty to him. He was able to, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he don't care. He like, man, go on out there. You know what I'm saying? And was able to go out there. It was a dope concert. Ron and Candy are getting back into the, you know, doing tours and doing shows. And everybody that they brung in was kind of new. So it was like this was everybody's first time trying to everybody meshing and gelling, and I think it worked really, really well. I got some great content that I got to put together, but it was amazing, and just building those relationships and showing. Now, on the 31st, I'm flying to LA. They got I think it's the Food for Love festival that they're performing at. Yeah. So they fly me to LA to film that. Then we flying to Miami. And then we jumping on a cruise to Jamaica because he performing on a cruise to Jamaica. So that's gonna be the beginning of the September.
I need in
September tour.
I need in. You hear me on the cruise?
That's the end of September
or the tour.
The beginning of it. So it's gonna be like for Labor Day. And that's how it works. And if you do people right, they do you right.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? I could have charged the Isley, you know, I need a hotel, just pay me this. So no, I'm good.
There you go.
Just take care of my service when you know what I'm saying? And we good. That makes me look even more better than any other videographer because ain't no telling if they'd have tried to put some mystery charges in it. Like, nah, I just pulled up. Did what I was supposed to do. That's how you build those relationships and you keep them going. And you keep those relationships going, people gonna rock with you. You show character because the minute money start moving you, then anybody that flash some money in front of you, you know what I'm saying? You gonna move. Right. Now where your loyalty at? And that's what I'm big on because I expect them to be loyal to me. And if they not, and if they don't know how to be that, I'm gonna teach them how to treat me. And that's what you do. You teach people how to treat you. And that's how I move.
I can't even say nothing to that. Like, that's facts for me. I'm still researching as far as with the Ozzy on that one. That's
Oh yeah, they just did the real big
I mean, I know who they are. I'm just saying, as far as your work with them, that's a huge connection.
That's big, but his give back is even bigger. They did they
Awesome.
gave away $500K, a check for $500K to the children, St. Joseph Children's Hospital, I believe. Talk about that.
Okay. So the one thing Hyundai does, and they have this program called Hope on Wheels. And what they do is they take proceeds from each car sale and they put that money to the side and they give it to children's hospitals all across the country. So it's all of the Hyundai dealerships, we all putting into it. So with Coach being just what we do at the Hyundai dealership that we do, we sell cars. And so every car that we selling, that proceeds going. So they asked him to speak at the event in Jersey. So here we are in Boston. We in Boston Wednesday. He called me. He called me downstairs because I was in my office. He got me an office up there. So he called me down. He's like, hey, we got a problem. I'm like, what's up? He's like, well, the event was supposed to be the next day later on, but it ended up being that Wednesday morning. So we end up having to, our flight was supposed to leave Wednesday night. We end up having to get up at 3 a.m. just to jump on a plane, just so he can show up and speak at Hyundai, at the hospital. We did that. We all got up. We all made it to the airport. We ran up there. We did, and I watched this man do his part and give away $500,000 with Hyundai, of course, to these needy kids who are have the fight of their life in front of them. And for me to be a part of that, like, none of that came out of my pocket. That money didn't come out of my pocket. Just my skill set on trying to help sell these cars, like creating these commercials, creating this content, helping him be who he needs to be, to the point where I'm watching them and watching how much love they showing him. And I know I'm a part of that because I'm helping him be Coach Loggins. I'm helping him be who he is. And that in itself is enough for me. But to watch him present with Hyundai, present them this check for $500,000, and I'm like, I had to take it in. I had to look around and take it in. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's a lot of money.
I'm around. I'm in these rooms, and we in the room with the CEO of the hospital and big wigs from Hyundai and him, and and I'm like, and of course it was another videographer there, so you know what that meant. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, what LeBron do. You know what I'm saying? It's time. And so I created an amazing video, and I didn't expect Hope on Wheels to gravitate to it, you know what I'm saying? But I just know when I do my thing, I'm going to absolutely do my thing. So I put together a dope video, and I made Hope on Wheels a collaborator just to see, you know what I'm saying? And they don't just put anything on their page. You got to remember, this is, if they got enough money to give $500,000 to a hospital, and that wasn't the only hospital, it was more hospitals. And they accepted my collaboration. And so now our video is on their page. They loved it so much. And that's my part. You know what I'm saying? I'm bringing in my part.
Great job, Raj. What's Ethanol Nightlife?
Ethno Nightlife.
Ethno Nightlife.
Man. So, how can I put this? It wouldn't even be a Rob Ruger without Ethno. Like, it's crazy. That was the original company that my partner created, and we linked up. So my best friend, one of my greatest friends, is named Tyron Doe Ford, originally from St. Louis, moved out there to the West Coast. And at that time, when he moved out there, I was in, I started out doing music. A lot of people don't know that I used to do music. And so that's kind of how you, that's kind of where you see the flair from. You know what I'm saying? Because we used to stand on them couches. That's how I know how to film you standing on them couches, because we stood on them couches popping them bottles and this and that and the third. I used to, and I ain't call it rapping. I used to talk my shit and it just so happened to rhyme. Like that's who I was. Like that's where you get the Rob Ruger persona from. And so we kind of branched off, because I'll never forget it. My partner took a picture that Jet Magazine wanted, but we didn't have a name of the company to call it. So we ended up using his brother-in-law and his sister's company. They had a company called Ethno Images. And we ended up using that name because we ain't had one. So at that moment, that was a reality check of, hey, we need to figure out what we gonna do if we gonna push this media stuff. Yeah. And so like I said, I wasn't taking it serious because I was still at the post office. But we started growing. I've only been jealous 3 times in my life, and then all 3 of them had to do with him. I'll never forget. I'm sitting at home. He at the BET Awards. I'm at home watching it on TV, but I'm on the phone with him while he on the red carpet, and I'm looking, and I said, I ain't missing the BET Awards ever again. I ain't never. I don't give a damn if I'm there at the awards on the red carpet. I ain't missing that weekend ever again. And that was one of the times, and that motivated me. Yeah. And I ain't missed one since. And it's been 15 years.
So you get some footage actually from the BET Awards? So
we would do the red carpet where I'm interviewing. Like I got something, man. When the Rob Ruger documentary ever come out, I got so much I got about 40 hard drives full of everything, any and everything that I've ever shot for somebody. I still got their footage.
So you got BET, Coachella.
I got everything.
Grammys,
I got everything, and I just got to find it. Because I got a whole bag, like a whole book bag full of hard drive, and I just got to figure out, and I know what they look like. I just got to figure out what year this happened. And once I grab it, everything. I don't care if it was somebody's 1-year-old birthday party, I still got it. You know what I'm saying? If somebody called me right now and say, hey, Rob, do you still got that? Yeah, I got it. And so with Ethno, that was the beginning. That was what it was before it turned into Ruger Vision. And I'll never forget my partner, his wife has lupus. And so he had to take a back seat because he needed to take care of his wife. And when he took a back seat, that's when I stepped forward. And when I stepped forward, I just took it, and he allowed me to. He's like, hey, go get it. And I went and got it, and I repped Ethno so hard, like we was everywhere, because I was able to move because he wasn't, because he had to deal with, got her, and it was what he needed to do, because today she's very healthy. Today, she's still, she's never gonna be able to get rid of but today, new kidney, everything, to the point he gave her his kidney. That's the type of people I be around. When you looking at your wife and it's like, oh, she need a kidney. Okay, I'm gonna give her mine. Them the type of people you want to be around. Then that's what makes Rob Ruger who he is, because I'm around people like that. And took Ethno and just start going. And I really think he started feeling bad that I'm pushing this brand so hard. And I took it wrong when he said it to me. Okay. He was like, you need to do your own thing. And I took it wrong.
What you mean?
He wanted him to just brand himself. Come
but
up
I'm
with
talking
something.
about as far as, what do you mean you took it wrong?
Because you can put so much energy into something.
Yeah.
and you think I done put this mug on my back, and they was like, take it off your back, put your own stuff on your back, and that just shows you again who he is. He like, and that's when Ruger Vision got created. And when Ruger Vision came, and shout out to Rashad, because Rashad is the one who helped me create that name. I was doing an event for Be Free. They brought me in the film, and Shad was making the flyer. And so he made me a flyer. He said, this event will be captured through Ruger Vision. And when I saw that, I'm like, oh, that's hard. And then I just took the name. And every time I see him, I look him in the eyes and say, you know. And he know, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm big on, we living in a day and age where people don't give people their props no more.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cold with this camera based off of Tyron Ford and Ethno. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can close deals, and I'm living a semi-retired life based off of Coach Loggins. You know what I'm saying? I'm in love with movies based off of my mom. My mom's son dates when I was a kid. She used to take me to Union Station, take me to the movies. That's what our thing was. We were watching. To this day, we still watch movies. Even when I'm out of town and she want to watch a movie, we'll get the movie. I'll call her on Zoom, and we'll press play at the exact same time. And I got the Zoom set up, and we watching movies, and I'm watching movies with my mom because I don't get a chance to spend as much time as I want to with her because I'm always doing the traveling. So when you are that type of person, you know what I'm saying? Now, people can see the cockiness and all this, that, and the third, and again, that's me because I'm big on, there's only two things in the world that sell, and that's shit talking and negative. And I'm never gonna be negative nobody. I'm not gonna try to down nobody. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna talk my shit about me. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here living my life, and I'm out here handling my business, and I'm working hard, and I know where it come from. I'm one of God's favorites. Like I know I'm favored. To live the life that I'm living, I ain't rich by no extreme of imagination. But I always tell my team, you only need $1 million if you need $1 million. You know what I'm saying? And it don't matter if you make $1 million if your overhead is $999,909. That don't matter. So I teach my team, keep your overhead low. Don't matter how much money you make if your overhead low. Because guess what? Me and you could be making the same amount of money, but I'm paying out a whole bunch of bills, and you make more than me. And that's the world.
Long run.
Yeah.
So was Orlando part of the ethno?
Oh man, that's a deep story. So Orlando was, because again we did music. And so in St. Louis, Orlando and Rock House was the music staple. Like, and again, I'm a competitor. So if I see you or Top Dog, I want Top Dog. And Rick Flirton told me 100 million times, to be the man, you got to beat the man. And they were it. June 5th, Brad, Molly, Donnie Banks, Aloha, they was the standard here. And so I wanted to compete with him. And God know what he doing. He made us respect each other, because it's hard to, like, the philanthropist Orlando, everybody know the philanthropist Orlando, and I know Orlando, and he's just as big of a competitor as I am, and he won't say it because that's who he is. But I'll never forget. I wanted to do this event that he had. He had the I'm a Survivor cancer benefit, and he had it at the Boathouse the first time. Couldn't get in. Never forget it. And the next year came around, I'm like, I have to figure out how I'm gonna get in this month. And so we had started doing the stuff with Ethno. Ethno was like killing, like my partner was killing shit in LA. And what I would do is I would study how his videos were shot. Back then, they didn't have step and repeats. You know, and then nobody even know what a step and repeat was. You know what I'm saying? All you saw was the backdrops with the Benz logos and that. But in LA, they putting your logo. I mean, it's standard issue now, but they'll put your logos on the backdrop. So I'm looking at all this stuff, and I'm like, I'm gonna bring LA to St. Louis. So they was doing so much big stuff with big stars and stuff like that. I would use that as my resume.
Okay.
So I never forget, I called Orlando. I'm like, hey man, I would like to cover the all white cancer bash. And he was like, oh man, I'm gonna send you to my, the person who putting the project together. And to this day, and I still believe it, and I don't care what he said. I used to say it to him. I'm like, he just wanted to tell me, he just didn't want to tell me no. Because again, I was a competitor. He didn't know me like that. He just saw this young guy coming for me. And I ended up talking to the dude, and I gave him all the resume that we did in LA. He loved it. He's like, you can do whatever you want on the red carpet. So I got my way in.
Blessings.
That was the one time he brought Carl Thomas here. So secretly, my mind told it. I had my artist, my partner Renzo. Shout out to Renzo Metropolis, one of the hardest artists in St. Louis, way before his time.
Okay, tap in.
And so I'm like, okay, he bringing Carl Thomas. This is what I want you to, and it's a cancer benefit. This is what I want you to do. I told him I want you to write a song because he lost his mom to cancer. I said, I want you to write a song about your mom to the Carl Thomas beat. We gonna shoot the video at the thing secretly. Didn't nobody know we was gonna do this. Shoot the video at the thing.
It'll be some of the best work.
And we gonna take and we gonna film Carl Thomas performing. And I'm gonna take and I know he gonna perform that song. Right. We gonna take him performing, and we gonna use that as the hook on your music video. So now we done stole a whole music video up in there. Kicking it. Now here I am. I'm going through the footage because I'm talking about we all over the Science Center. We in the, the elevator look like a rocket ship. We in there. We got some cold-blooded stuff. I'm looking at the footage.
Oh me.
And Orlando is talking, and he's like, man, I want to bring my lovely wife and my kids up here to, speak at the event and this, that, and the third. And I'm just looking at my thing, and I just so happen to look up, and I look up. And he bringing up his wife, and I'm like, that's my cousin. I'm like, man, how you know my cousin? He's like, how you know my wife?
Oh, you hear me?
And it was on from then.
Yes, I'm saying.
It was on from then. Okay. And I look at it like God wanted us to respect each other before he put us on the same team.
There you go.
Because soon as that happened, he started asking, and his wife is like my mom's favorite niece. So he started asking questions about me. And I knew he was asking questions about me because all of a sudden I'm calling him. Now he calling me by my middle name. You know what I'm saying? And he would do it on purpose because he knew that I don't like nobody calling me by my middle name. And so it just was up from there. And I learned so much from him. Because I was a wild bull.
There you go. That explains the range, man, from the sports that you covered, from the red carpet that you covered, man. Is it anything you can't do at this point, man? You trying to cover it all?
Quit.
It don't seem like
it's because it's so easy. Like this stuff it comes so easy to me.
Pata, come on, man.
Oh man, that pata, that I'm telling you, people he don't know that man, that's one of my favorite. Like, so I have favorite artists: Biggie, Drake, Pata, Ty Dolla $ign. Them are some of my favorite artists. Okay. And humbly, Renzo Metropolis, one of my favorite artists.
Project Pat on something that she did. I could be wrong, but I think she did. So.
Who that?
I believe
Steph
so.
G.
I believe so.
I think she did.
But that Pata.
And it was a great event. And he is one of the artists that can get on any song, even right now. Because that whole Pata, like it's gonna go forever. Because that's just his style and couldn't nobody duplicate it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Never will.
no, yeah,
Never
yeah,
will.
one of my favorite.
Never will.
And then imagine him and Ty Dolla $ign had that song together. You know what I'm saying? So I was really like, oh yeah, that's it.
So
That's it.
when you take these pictures and get this video footage for celebrity, do you be starstruck when you meet some celebrities?
I used to. I'd say I say my first time doing the red carpet of the BET Awards 2012. I did have a moment where I just sucked it all in and was like, they got this country boy on this red carpet. Jesus. Like,
You
I
be at
am
least that
doing
one.
my
Yeah.
thing. Like, and I took it in. And what I've learned is that stars really don't care to be treated like a star. They only do that because they have to keep that. That's what they selling.
Yeah. that's
But if
the
you treat
image.
them normally and regularly and don't be all starstruck when you see it, and I hate when they come to St. Louis because they get treated like gold when they come to St. Louis because we don't get a chance to see them. But when you be out in LA all the time, I be out in LA all the time, so you'll see them at Starbucks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they live regular lives. They ain't necessarily sending an errand boy all the time to go pick up their stuff. Like they'll pull up and do what they live their life. And when you out there, you see them more. So you learn to just be cool around them. You know what I'm saying? And then once you be around them enough, you start learning little things like Scrappy. Scrappy, one of my favorites too. He got this thing where he'll be like, oh, there goes something on the ground. And you know what I'm saying? You'll look down, like you drop something. You'll look down there, and he just busts out laughing. That's his shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes him smile. He likes that. So every time I see him, it could be a couple of years later. Every time I see him, I just saw him BET like 2 years ago. And you drop something. And he was just finna do it. He's like, but that makes him remember me. And once you start being, they start remembering you and moving you. That's why I move with the scarves and stuff like that, because it's branding. And when you start branding yourself, people start remembering you, and then people start being comfortable. Because when you got a camera, you can ruin somebody's life. I got footage of people that could ruin their life, and it'll never see the day of light because that's not who I am. I'm not a TMZ type of guy. I want to be comfortable. I want you to feel comfortable around me because I never want something to get out and they be like, oh, that was Rod Ruger footage. Like, nah. It's been stuff that didn't happen here in St. Louis. Never see the day of light. And I got everything I shot. You'll never see the day of light up because that's not who I am. I want everybody to look good because if you look good, I'ma look good. And what Deion said, if we look good, they pay good.
You hear me?
You know what I'm saying? And that's how it is. And we all gonna live and enjoy life.
There you go. Blessings.
Right on.
Blessings.
Right on.
Okay.
So, what was your inspiration on photography? What made you want to do photography?
The power, and I call it the power of you got me fucked up. When somebody got you fucked up, you gonna activate.
There you go.
So I hired this guy. This was when I was doing music. Super Ego, shout out to Ego. He had J Bucks downtown. He was the first promoter to let us perform. You know what I'm saying? Like, he would throw parties all across the city, but he would let us perform. And I'll never forget, I hit him up, and I'm like, bro, I want to take you to lunch, talk some business with you. Took him to lunch. We had some dope-ass wings, and I told him what I wanted to do. I'm like, man, I want to come to your event, you know what I'm saying? And I want to, perform, and this and that. He's like, let's rock it. Let's do it. So, started performing. I started doing music. I had this mixtape song that I did called Make Her Say with Mali. And I called Mali. I'm like, hey, I wanna perform. I want you to come perform with me at J Bucks. So I ended up hiring this videographer. Paid him up front because, young nigga, I ain't know nothing about, but didn't care anything about contracts or nothing. I'm a man. I look you in the eye and I pay you your money and I shake your hand or I'm gonna beat your ass. Yeah. Like, simple. So paid him up front, gave him all his money. Now I'm focused on the production of the show. Like, we gotta make this show pop. St. Louis do not mind clearing the dance floor on your ass when you come up there with your local music. So when we put our production together, I made sure that the intro was dope. I made sure our songs was dope. And then I made sure that we ended it dope. So I had this chick who I met, cool as hell. She was doing jewelry. And she wanted her jewelry business. And so she would get popping ass jewelry that women loved. So I would buy like 100 gift bags from her. And she'd give me the play on them. But it was like the earrings you got in your ears. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that where chicks be like, ooh wee. So threw all of them in the Gucci duffel. And what we did is we got them trained to know that we giving out gift bags at the end of the thing. So the chicks would ease their ass on up close to the stage. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Dudes ain't finna be all the way in the back while they chicks up front with screaming and hollering. So they easing up. So now we got the look of the crowd. Plus we giving them some dope music. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And so I never forget, paid them the film, and we killed it. I'm talking about we absolutely killed it. We rocked the show. Molly came, did her thing. And at that time, Miguel, Sure Thing was the hottest song in the fucking world. And I made sure that we would end the song with the hottest song in the world and go into it where the DJ did not have to play. Because DJs, they getting lazy. Man. You know what I'm saying? And so
doing it for the culture.
If you ask them to do something, they might do it, they might not. So we would eliminate that and put it all into our show disc. And so right when we finish rapping, doing our song, and it's the close, and I'm finna give away the gift bags, I went straight into to Sure Thing. I said, Ethno Nightlife, Rock House, we a motherfucking sure thing. It went crazy. We giving away the gifts back. Like we was killing it. And I went, man, and I went back to get my footage, and dude said, man, I'm gonna have to charge you more for this. You gave me your price. I paid you up front. Not half, not only half again. I paid you, and you want some more money? And normally I beat the sleep. Like people think because I like, again, the camera is my dope.
Yeah,
I'm from Arlington and Ridge. I'm from the South Side. Like, And normally I'll beat the sleeves off of somebody for some shit like that. But his mama stayed across the street from my mama, and it'd have been a war. And what kicked in was the power. You got me fucked up. I'm like, you know what? We're going to get our own cameras. We're going to shoot our own stuff. And we're going to be our own paparazzi. Amazing. And I never forget, I would borrow my stepdad camera. And then I bought mine. And then when I bought mine, I would give mine to my partner, Duran. He would use mine. And I would still use my stepdad camera. And we just hit it. And then I started buying my own equipment, and that's what started it. It was the power. You got me fucked up. Next thing you know, I'm on the red carpet of the BET Awards. Next thing you know, I'm sitting on the couch with y'all. Because he had me fucked up. I don't even know if I would have been right here if he would have gave me my footage. I probably would have continued rapping because that's what he looked like.
Well, thank you, sir. You hear me? Thank you, sir.
And
for having them fucked up. Thank you, sir. Just bottom line, thank you.
And that's how it happened. And it's been up ever since. I've been moving a certain kind of way, meeting the right people, you know what I'm saying, doing them the right way, not treating nobody, you know what I'm saying, because people expect when you do reach a certain level of status that you going to flake on them, you going to act funny, you know what I'm saying, you going to act like, that's my whole move is I want you to expect something from me, and then you see something different. He'd be like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't think, you know what I'm saying? Like, even like if people see my online persona, especially years ago, my online persona, they was like, this motherfucker's an asshole. And then when they get around me, they understand that, no, this the WWE. I got to be the Rock. You know what I'm saying? When I'm forward facing.
There you go.
But behind the scenes, I'm Dwayne Johnson. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, no. That again, it's only two things that sell on there, and that's ish talking, and that's negative stuff, and I'm never gonna be negative.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha. You've been out here moving, man,
thank you.
for a mighty long time.
Thank you.
How do you what keeps you motivated?
Being the best.
Okay.
Being the best. You know what I'm saying? Like you see Curry you know what I'm saying, yesterday,
Yeah.
throwing up shots that you like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And if you watch his whole Olympic trip, you see that it took him a minute to turn into Steph.
Yeah, so,
You know what I'm saying? And me personally being, I used to play basketball. Me personally, I just really think the Fever 3-point line was closer, and he didn't really take shots he don't really take shots that close.
Yeah.
So it took him a minute to get a little warmed up to that. And once he did, you saw what he did yesterday. It's like consistency. Stay with it. Everything ain't gonna go your way out the gate. And you might have some wins. You're going to string together some wins. You're going to string together some losses. But at the end of the day, if you quit, that's an ultimate loss. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's one thing I do. I make sure that I tell my team all the time, it don't matter if you Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, if you on the bench. You know what I'm saying? Same skill set. Ain't nobody going to take nothing away from their skill set. But if you on the bench, ain't nobody gonna know what you can do. So I make sure that I'm always in the game. I make sure I'm always forward facing. When I go to these restaurants, whether this restaurant paid me to be there, or if they comp my food, or if I pay for my own food, I'm gonna create me something to keep the conversation going about what I'm selling. And that's what you got to do. You got to keep the conversation going about what you selling. And right now I'm selling a lifestyle. I want everybody in the world to know that they can do whatever they want to do, set your goals, achieve them, and set some more. And just keep raising the bar. But be consistent in what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to have peaks and valleys. But are you still moving? Because that's what you got to do. You got to still move. And trust me, I didn't have losses, but I don't publicize them losses. Losing Orlando was a huge loss to me. That was huge. I'll give you an example. How hard it got. I lost 3 of my mentors at one time. Lewis Reed, great guy. Great guy. You know what I'm saying? Lost him. Orlando, lost him. Coach Loggins, leaving St. Louis and going to the East Coast. Before I because he left in June, we ain't get back to it until November. But he said, hey, when I get everything together, I'm coming to get you.
Okay.
And he did. But at that moment, I lost 3 mentors that I looked up to. You know what I'm saying? That I could be like, okay, let me learn from this person. And so that was rough for me. But I kept moving. Yeah. And it was to the point where you start losing your mentors, you got to become one too. So that's what I did. I started taking bits and pieces of everything I've learned from everybody that I meet. You know what I'm saying? And then started gaining new mentors. Ricky Winnington, one of them. You know what I'm saying? Like how deep it is for him to, at 4 a.m, I roll over and it's a text from him, some praying hands. This man praying for me, praying over my business, praying to the point where today I got his ass back. It was about when I got home from the airport, sent them praying hands, boom, sent it back. Because that's what you got to do. You got to return what's given. And inspire the next people. And again, I'll be around good people. Keisha Lee from Annie Malone. Man, that woman is so amazing. And you see on the outside, you like, okay, she's helping the kids, but to be in her board meetings and be in her meetings and work with her and work like seeing how she really, really cares for these kids and really, really doing like trying to be creative in taking care of these kids. And that's again, that inspires me.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Well, you answered all three of the questions that I was going to ask you in one. So, you did.
I know that's right.
Do you still do any music today, or you strictly behind the camera singing?
When I'm in my car and I'm riding, and you know, like at the end of a cold-blooded song, it's still a little beat left.
Yeah.
I tie them motherfucking 6 bars up.
On me. On me. Gotta tap in, man. Gotta tap back into this side.
No, he said he want to retire though. He ready
for
to
everything.
He want to create a family.
Here we
Nothing
go.
wrong with this.
Here we go.
Look, I didn't have bro. That's a balance.
Here
I'm
we
just
go.
saying.
Here we go.
Hey, if you ready, you ready.
Yeah, funny.
What you got going on here on the 29th of August?
Oh man. So, like I said, I'm from Arlington and Ridge. My grandma owned a store on Arlington and Ridge, and that was so important for my life and so important for my development because with it being in the hood and all the young cats around there became my friends. They were in the game. You know what I'm saying? But here I am working in my grandma's store. So we all on the block, but we doing things differently. Okay. But that's where I got the whole Jeezy mentality, you know, turning this content into dope. You know what I'm saying? And so me working at the store on Arlington and Ridge, but I was born in U City. So it's funny, you know, you see all the U City people, you know what I'm saying, talking, oh, we're talented and we're there, and then you know they carry themselves like they better than everybody, and you just start thinking about it. It's like it is some talent that come from U City. It just is it. Like, and I've never been the one who's like, yeah, I'm U City that, but I went to Jackson Park. I was born and raised on Amherst. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom married this gentleman who worked for the city, and at that time, when you worked for the city, you had to live in the city. So when I turned 9 years old, we ended up moving to the south side. So got on the south side over there for in the Tower Grove area. And so I grew up over there playing basketball at Melanphy, you know what I'm saying, like handling my business. And so you start meeting a lot of different people. You know, of course, you got the people on the dark side, you know what I'm saying. Then once I start working at the post office, back then they would put you in the area that you lived in. So here I am in my own neighborhood. I ended up getting me an apartment like on Flat and Spring. They had some dope ass loft apartments over there, and they put you in that neighborhood. So my route was the dark side. And I picked it because it wasn't at that time. I mean, it had built up since then, but at that time, it really wasn't no houses over there. And they was going to take that route. But I got on there and I just held it down. But again, just you know what I'm saying? Meeting everybody and things like that. And I remember Buff when he was young. And so to see him grow into the person that he is now, you know what I'm saying? And even his music, like my favorite line from him is "I'm an asshole from Tower Grove." Like I love that part because I understand what he mean. And for him to put together the Hustle City movie, you know what I'm saying? Watching how hard he worked to get to where he is, you know what I'm saying? Because he was, you know what I'm saying? He was the young guy. Now he is a grown man handling his business, and I love the way he handled his business. So when he reached out,
man, I couldn't find no tickets, man.
Oh
yeah, I already know. I've been hollering on the last episode about them tickets.
We got them.
Yeah.
We waiting on the red carpet.
I told him, I say, man, the way that you had half the city synchronize the release of the trailer at one time, I'm talking about flooded my timeline. I'm like, I love what he doing. So when he reached out, I'm like, yeah, I'll come. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll come cover that. And then he doubled back and was like, man, how much you'll charge me to film it? I'm like, I was gonna film it. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, man, I'm like, throw me something. I don't care. And that's what he did. And so I'm like, I'm putting it on the flyer. And I told him I was putting it on the flyer before he even called back and was talking about the money. I'm like, I'm putting it on
It's
the flyer,
definitely
put
on
it
the
on my tour. And threw it on there because I really believe that this is going to be the start of something.
Yes.
Like we had a conversation about, because Detroit controls Tubi.
Sure
Like
does.
they got
He-
that game and
Yeah.
ran with it. Like that,
Yeah.
most of the shows on there,
Yes.
most of the black shows on there is coming from there. But that's because somebody, and I think it's Dennis Reed. I fuck with Dennis Reed because he actually did a movie about Keisha Irvin's book. And she's from St. Louis. She wrote a book and he made a movie out of it. But he taught everybody, and now everybody taking it. So one of the show was the Dirty D. It's on Peacock now. So you didn't move from Tubi to
Yeah,
Peacock.
It's
That's
season
huge.
3 coming. They got new cast.
Yeah,
New
That-
cast.
Yes,
yeah,
New cast.
yeah. And that's huge. You know what I'm saying?
Man, where that old cast? I ain't hating. I'm just an old fashioned nigga.
Hey.
Just bottom line. What you mean they getting a new cast?
Here's the thing: you got to be careful not to kill off the good people too early or
that's
too
what I'm
soon.
like, bro, what you mean?
You know what I'm
A
saying?
whole new
It was
cast?
business.
But
Fuck
that's
bitches.
why
They
50
gonna
them
mess
so
up
good
with
at it is because they stretch it before they'll kill one key person here and there, but you
Okay.
just can't
It's not
kill
a whole
everybody.
new cast, but
Facts,
it's,
because that's a hard cast.
you know, some of the people that matter.
I
It's not
feel
there,
some. Long as it ain't all the majority, you hear me? We
My
cool.
favorite is Kiva. She came to shout out to Chicka Chase. Chase brung her here, and she was just real humble and real sweet. You know what I'm saying? And so started following each other, and I'm just watching her grow as a person. But she was my favorite. But to bring it back to Hustle City, like just to watch him.
Yeah, we gotta get her on the show, man. We might.
that ain't what I said.
I mean, I'm saying that for myself and her.
she ain't. Yeah, I ain't want to give it away.
Just saying.
But I like her. But to bring it back to Hustle City, I see that for him. I see Hustle City 15. You know what I'm saying? Because he's already, you know what I'm saying, in the mind frame of longevity. You know what I'm saying? And he's already been a character. Already been a character himself. So, you know,
We didn't even know it was a series. I'm thinking this is the movie. We didn't find out till the day he did this show that it was a series. I don't think nobody but the cast knew that it was a series.
That's dope. And the people he brung in, them are all people I straight up rock with. Like seeing the cast, and I'm like, I fuck with Juicy. I fuck with Ashley. You know what I'm saying? Like these are people that I rock with. You know what I'm saying? And when they see me out and about, they hugging me and what's up, Ruger, this and that. So just to see them collectively do their thing together is absolutely dope seeing that. So I can't wait to see the movie. It's gonna be one of them ones. And the city about to have us one. And we on fire right now. We got to take advantage of that. Because when the one thing I learned about going to these other cities, they love St. Louis people. Like, and since, and how I look at it is, when I go to LA, it's an event every day. You know what I'm saying? So it's something for them to do every day. Like, we have to get it like that, but we also got to make sure that we stay focused on getting to that bag. We got to stay focused on making sure that the success comes. And the reason why I'm successful is just a bunch of things strung together. You know what I'm saying? Like, I paid all my credit cards off. I got one credit card that I live off of that got rewards. You know what I'm saying? So when you do that, now all my money goes, like I'm playing the game now. Like life is a game right now to me. It's like a game of Monopoly. You want to move around, gain assets without going to jail. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I'm moving right now. You know what I'm saying? So I tell everybody, like, pay them credit cards off and then find you one that give you some good rewards. I use the Southwest Reward credit card to where my flights are free now. So now I can go get, like, if somebody don't really have a budget to fly me somewhere, but I got points, I'm gonna fly there, get the money that they can give me,
Right.
and build that relationship.
Right.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
On me though.
And then now, like, I pay all my bills with the credit card, like everything, light, utility, everything I pay with that card because I'm getting points. And every month I'm rolling over points, but I make sure I pay it off zero balance every 28 days. Right before it's due, pay it down to zero balance, because now to be successful, you need good credit. You need to be able to move. You got to have good relationships, because if somebody looking for me, I can't move the way I want to move.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, do I have that pistol on me at all times? At all times. Every time y'all done seen me, every clip, they think I'm a cameraman. They have no idea I got that burn on me. Like, and I got the burn on me right now.
Safety
But
comes
that,
first,
because why? Because I'm from St. Louis.
Right.
I live in St. Louis, and that's how you talk to carry yourself. It's not for offense at all. It's for defense. I'm a motherfucker come with it, and I'm going to let them have it. Why? Because I ain't did nothing to nobody. I ain't bothered nobody, so that means you coming. That means my life is in danger because you think I'm a smooth little lick. Nah. But that's how you got to move, and you'll be successful, and you tied into everything else. Next thing you know, you meeting these corporate people. They loving you because you know how to conduct yourself in these environments. You know what I'm saying? Street people love me because I know how to conduct myself in those environments. I done filmed at all the strip clubs. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because I'm good. I know how to meet people. You know what I'm saying? I be in boardrooms. Why? Because I'm good. I know how to meet people. And that's how you make money in today's society. That's how you make money and be successful in today, being able to meet people and your face card be good with everybody. One thing I learned from Orlando, and I had to learn it through my most arrogant phase of my life, is you never know who gonna be who and who gonna be where. You know what I'm saying? Right. He met this guy. This guy was the flunky of Capitol Records when him and I want to say it was Capitol Records when him and Brad, and they was going to these labels, and they would give them this dude, and the rest of the company was flunkying this dude out. But they would treat him with respect, get him lunch and this, that, and the thing, because that's just how Orlando was. He never believed in that. Next thing you know, dude started running the whole company. Now, and he remembered Orlando and how he treated him, and that's how you got to treat people in life. You know, the janitor might be the CEO one day, or the janitor might be the CEO and he pretending like he the janitor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if you treat people the right way and treat people respecting, now somebody disrespecting, okay, then disrespect got to come back.
Right.
But always treat people the right way, and you'll be able to move in whatever city you want to.
Okay.
And that's how you do it.
Thank you, though, for coming on the show, Rob.
Oh man, listen, I don't think y'all knew who y'all was bringing on. I got a huge story to tell.
I know.
Like, it's a reason why I see so much.
You need a part two?
Whatever.
Yeah, he coming back when he gonna come back if he can, because he's so booked.
Oh man,
he's booked and busy, y'all. He is booked and busy. When we do the after this premiere of Hustle City.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that.
All right.
Me too. I'm ready.
We gonna be fly, y'all.
Yeah, we are pink. I'm telling you what color it's gonna be in pink.
Okay.
So when you see me, just
Okay. Okay.
You know, for the camera.
I know that's right.
It's either gonna be purple or gold for me, man, and probably black.
I don't even know. I'll be knowing the day of. Like, what I'm gonna wear
Facts,
today?
you hear me?
It's gonna be a scarf though.
Might be
I'm gonna have a
purple for
scarf
me.
on, but I don't even be knowing. I'll be just trying to figure it out. Oh, and shout out to Tote Carey.
Yes, because this man be having the bags, y'all. He be carrying the bags.
Man, look, I used to have my little military, and I still got it. Like, I go when I'm going to like certain events and stuff. But
Nah, that's
I met tote and carry I had a client who flew me to LA for the Burning Trees Festival, which was like a weed festival. They had like, this shit was crazy. And so they took over this football field, and basically the first day was the build up. So all the vendors are building stuff. You know, I hear vendors are come and just put up their table in their little tent. Yeah. Man, they built a club on there. They built all that. So Tote and Carry built a big old store on the grounds. And I ended up meeting the owner, Chinese dude, and then I met this the designer, the black dude who designs it. So ended up talking to them, and next thing you know, like I overheard what they were gonna sell the bags for as a special for the festival. Mm-hmm. I'm like, what? Man, I bought a couple of bags. Next thing you know, I met the third in command, Yuji. Shout out to him, and he ended up making me a brand ambassador. Mm. So they gave me the brand ambassador prices, which is peanuts, and I just ordered every color I could order. That way it would match my outfits, you know what I'm saying? Because I just keep my camera stuff in here. You know what I'm saying? Then I just whip my camera out, do what I gotta do, put it up, but it keeps me stylish and you know what I'm saying? And just working, man.
Coordinate. You hear me?
Relationships, I'm telling you. Build them relationships. And this show is going to help you build those relationships and just keep them strong, nurture them. Gotcha. You know what I'm saying? Check on people even when they don't expect you to check on them. I send people texts all the time like just checking on you. How you doing? You know what I'm saying? I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? What you need? I don't need nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like just checking, making sure you're straight. And you keep those conversations going with people and it'll last. Because I'm gonna tell you, this right here, man.
Oh yeah! Shout out to my sign guy. Y'all know Mr. Yancey Signs made sure that I had something for Mr. Ruger today, y'all. He made sure.
Imagine.
I really, I did this from the bottom of my heart. I like to give the gift of gift to people who I recognize, and I just feel sometimes they're not recognized enough, especially in here where we live at.
Imagine I ain't see it until I sat down. I sat down, and I'm getting everything together. And I sat down, and I looked.
You kind of blocking it.
And I looked.
Move my fat ass out the way.
You kind of blocking it.
And I looked, and I said, "No, that's dope as hell." And just for somebody to think. And that's what I talk about when I say think forward. Like, for you to put that together, I appreciate that. I'm taking that home, and that is going to be, man, I'm so excited about that. Thank you again for that. You, I appreciate that. That's him. That's the villain, y'all. That's that villain that they be mad at. They be hating on me, too. You wonder why, like, I don't get a chance to do this.
That one right there, I'm like, ooh, that's my favorite picture.
Man, look.
That's my favorite picture.
And you wonder why I told you, like, I don't get a chance to do this stuff all the time. It's because when I was coming up, you know what I'm saying? Again, a competitor. And so they would get mad at me. I'm the guy that they was yapping about, like, behind closed doors, like, he think he this and he think he that and he extra and all that. Not the whole world extra. I was the first one filming himself at these events, because I'm a firm believer in home field advantage. You know what I'm saying? If I'm filming your event and I'm controlling the edit, you think I ain't finna be in my own shit?
Right.
Looking hard, like I'm gonna find a pretty girl. She gonna be sitting there. We gonna be laughing. We gonna look like, and I'm putting it in the video. That's that home field advantage, and it used to make people mad. And I'm glad it did, because I didn't have people say, I'm gonna stop his money. I'm gonna stop him from what he monopolizing the business. You can't stop God's work.
Okay.
This God's work. Like God, I know I'm one of his favorites, because the way he take care of me and the things I see and the people that I pour into. So I appreciate you allowing me to come on here and take my time. When I walked in, he was like, I ain't think you was gonna show up. Shit, bullshit. what the little white kid meme at? Bullshit. Bullshit. I'm coming, because if I put my name on something, if I say I'm gonna do something, you gotta do it. And if I didn't do it, it was because that motherfucking plane didn't take off.
I feel you.
Other than that, I'm gonna pull up on. I don't care what level you on. This could have been a Good Morning America. You know what I'm saying?
Pull up on
Don't
me.
matter. If you pour into me, which is what you did, you created a flyer for me. You know what I'm saying? You allow me to speak on your platform. You created this amazing, you know what I'm saying, board. Like that's hard to me. I love that.
Thank
so of
you.
course I'm gonna show up and tell my story. Right. I got the coop outside, so I'm gonna put the
He
seats
it
down.
was he would have did it big. Yeah, it's what
I'm just
6.
throwing that out there. It's taller than me.
Oh, so you like 5'2". That's
Man,
6 foot
nah,
tall.
That's bullshit.
It is.
Bullshit. Ain't no way this 5'2".
No, I said the poster is 6.
Okay.
You
I'm not
5'2".
Ain't no. I might.
I know that's right.
Look like goddamn. Could be deceived. Looks could be deceived.
Well, we here at the Squared Circle podcast. Just thank you for coming. I know you ain't had that much sleep, Rob, either. But I thank you for coming and
good.
embracing us with your story.
Oh, good.
Just let you know we want to give you your flowers.
Man, I appreciate
Blessings,
that.
King.
Thank you.
Blessings,
Thank you.
King.
Thank you. I
I'm
appreciate
gonna
y'all.
Put that down. Blessings. King.
Right on, man. Anybody I can inspire to, you know, and
We
matter of
gonna
fact,
talk after this, I do the music and I be
Okay.
behind the camera as well, so I'm tapped in.
And he be editing out. You need a mentor
I
program.
show yes.
Have you ever thought about that?
I'm gonna be very truthful. It's hard to teach people how to windmill when you still in the dunk contest. Because I'll be creating, and here's the crazy part: I'll be trying to pull people in there. They be trying to leapfrog me. You know what I'm saying? Whereas
Yeah.
you saw how I mentioned Coach Logan, you saw how I mentioned Tyron Ford and all these people. Like, I ain't trying to leapfrog them. We the Avengers.
Right.
I'm gonna have my own motherfucking Captain America movie.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But when we come together, we the fucking Avengers. And people don't understand that. Like, stand by me. Don't try to be because you can't compete with me. Because you're not gonna be able to see. You ain't seen what I done seen. I made all the mistakes you making now, I made them 15 years ago. I used to shoot video. I used to take pictures with a video light because I was too lazy to keep taking the video light off and putting the flash on. Then I ended up finding a flash that had a video light on it. So now, you know what I'm saying? Like, I made my mistakes. So I be wanting to build a huge team, but it's hard finding people who want to stand next to you. Everybody want your spot.
The boss, everybody
Yeah.
wanna get in the spotlight.
Or they want to build their brand off of your
Ain't
back.
nobody came to see you, Otis. You know what I'm
Dude
saying?
had to force me to go make Ruger Vision because I'm running with F now. If I'm part of your team, I'm putting it on my back. I'm running with, you know what I'm saying, with these dealerships on. I'm putting these dealerships on my back because I feel like if I'm on my A game, we gonna win. But you meet people who don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Now, I am finding a younger generation because all the other guys, they used to want to compete with me. I always lose, get mad, you know what I'm saying? Right, we're going to do that. Now I'm finding these younger guys who are looking up to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you Rod Ruger? Man, So now I'm finding a whole new generation of people who are looking up to me, and I'll rock with them. I'll work with them. But if you genuine, I'm fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't be here enough. People come to me all the time. Hey, man, can you come shoot that? And I'll be gone. And I'll be wanting to send people, but I can't. Because it's like when I send them, they want to act like it's theirs. Like, nah, you a part of Ruger Vision. This ain't your go. This Ruger Vision go that I'm allowing you to be a part of. Learn. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you paid. You know what I'm saying? Just be a part of the
That's
team.
all people be worried about. Where's my check?
And I know that, and I get them paid. Now, that's some stuff that I might need you on.
On me though.
You know what I'm saying? But that's the world.
Well, I'm gonna tap in because I need some help in a few of them fields, man. I need some plugs.
I'll give you your first game. Start using your music on these recap videos that you use. Some of your hardest shit on some of these recap videos that you putting together. You know what I'm saying? That way you getting your stuff out at 2 for 1. Yeah, and then start writing songs specifically for that. So what I used to do with Renzo is I would have him write a song specifically for an event that I covered. You know what I'm saying? I would tell him what, and then with me being having music background, I halfway write the song too, but have him say it. I got my cat Young Music in LA. Man, shout out to Young motherfucking Music. Like, I gotta shout him out. He out in LA. He just dropped a book. But when I say the Red Carpet King,
Yeah.
everybody brings something to the team. Like, I'm getting media clearance to a lot of stuff. He getting the media clearance to a lot of stuff. So when we put that together and I'm filming, I'm able to film him walking the red carpet. He filming me doing. So when you see me on the red carpet, like, damn, who filming Rob? That Young Music, because he don't mind filming me. I don't mind filming him, but I would have him write a song for certain things. You know what I'm saying? We'll cover an event. Like, we go to BET Awards. I have him write a song about it. And I come up with the beat. I put together a few of the bars, but he'll take it and just run with it. And now you got a song that's catered to an event.
There you go.
And now your stuff looking way different than anybody's stuff. Even that Woke Brand video. Other guys put together cool videos, but mine was catered to. Mine had Keisha's name in it. You know what I'm saying? And it just made it that me like, ooh.
That more personal.
Yeah. And guess what? Your client gonna love it because you made it personal. So if you doing the music, you can do it yourself. You know what I'm saying? So you cover an event, do a hot like 12. I wouldn't do a whole 16. I'd do a hot 12. Dope beat. Put it together. Drop it, put it with your content, because you already know what you want to say, because you already got the footage of it.
Right.
So you can take my 7th, because this is our 7th show. Yeah, this is our 7th show.
Congratulations.
And thank you. And create content, like a video, how you be doing your videos, and I'm gonna run it as an ad. So I'm telling you right now, that's what's gonna happen. So I'm gonna be texting you. I'm gonna get in your nerves just a little bit.
Ain't no wrong with my line is gonna always be open. Feel free to text me. I'll be in different time zones. At that Hawaii time zone, y'all. Yeah. Have y'all been to Hawaii?
Nope. And that's coming. You going back to Hawaii, ain't you?
No, I just got back 2 weeks ago.
Where you going? You going somewhere
to Jamaica with
Jamaica
with the Isleys. I'm getting on a cruise
that's on
ship.
my other notepad. Out on the road I said, let me
them time zones, that's when you learn. That's when you learn. Just work. Don't adhere to no time. I be up at, people tell their story about, you don't know about the late hour. Man, I be editing at 2 a.m. You know what I'm saying? Chilling, laying in my bed, editing at 2 a.m. You know what I'm saying? Chilling out. Sunday, it ain't no off day. Sunday is a day. You know what I'm saying? Holidays, they days. You know what I'm saying? If you can't make calls on holidays, then you probably not that successful. You are tied into the 9 to 5 realm of working, because that's what they want. They want to give you a mentality of it, because they don't want you to go off into your own hustle and what you're doing. They want you to work for them, because and here's the thing, we need it too. Like, we need somebody on fries. You know what I'm saying? But we like, think about the person who cold at fries. Now it's like, man, them fries cold. I got to go there.
You
know what I'm saying? Them are the person who pretty much gonna own the store, and the whole store gonna be different.
Fact. Gotta bring that energy, man. Gotta bring it.
Well, we want to thank you guys for tuning in to the Squared Circle podcast with our special guest, Mr. Rob Ruger, and we out. Thank you for coming getting this word.
Eat it.